What's up? I want to do a quick video here. Just got out of the gym. I want to talk about limits to reality. There are none. There are no limits to reality. The only limits within reality are the limits that you place on it. And we can see this by looking at every single human in the world as an example. Look at everyone in your life and see how each person is limited, quote unquote, limited in their own way in life. Each person has their own limits that they believe exist for them. And that applies to you as well. You have limits in your life that you think exist for you, and you think that you cannot go beyond the threshold of those limits because you have chosen to believe that those limits are there and they're holding you captive, so to speak, or they're holding you in place and that you can't get past them, or you can't get past them until you get to a certain point in life. For example, I'll do relationships and I will talk about myself. I always had the limits in my mind, in my reality. Your mind is reality, so whatever you believe and hold to be true within your mind, within yourself, will be true in the world, the physical world that you see, because the mind is all that exists. There's only mind, there's nothing else. Okay, so relationships. I always thought that I was not able to have relationships. I thought that I was undesirable, unwanted, unattractive. And because I held these beliefs so deeply, I thought that this had to be true. And no matter what I attempted, no matter who I tried to be, it didn't matter. I would never be able to get into a relationship. And how this shifted for me, how this belief in particular shifted, was from going to the gym, mainly just going to the gym, getting active, getting into better shape, because that boosted my confidence in myself. Once my confidence was up, I realized that those old beliefs that I had that were limiting me in my life were nonsense, and they didn't fucking matter. They didn't mean anything. They were just nothing. They existed, but they only existed because I was allowing them to exist, and I was giving power to them in my mind, in my reality. I was saying that that was true for me. But I know that now I'm jacked and I'm in fucking great shape and I'm in a relationship, so I know that that no longer exists for me in my reality. And even if I wasn't in a relationship, I would know that no longer exists for me in my reality because I moved beyond that. But if you are someone who is in that similar mindset where relationships are impossible for you, think of people who are not conventionally attractive in your life. You probably know people, but they always have success with relationships or with dating. It's not because of the way they look, even though that's what society will lead you to believe, is that the way you look is how you succeed in relationships or financially, whatever it may be. It's not that. It's the belief that allows you to succeed. The belief that you know, regardless of the way you look, regardless of the way you act, you're going to have success in relationships and have amazing relationships. If you have that belief, then it doesn't fucking matter what your reality looks like. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life. It doesn't matter what you look like, who you are, because you're the person that always succeeds in your relationships. Okay? And we can look at this, extrapolate it, and look at every single facet, every single aspect of life. The way the world works is it designs you to keep you outside of yourself. And what I mean by this is everything in life is trying to get you to say, oh, look here, look at this amazing thing that happened. And you want to try to understand, how did that happen? Why did that happen? Why did this spectacular, amazing thing occur. And like, how was I not aware that it would be possible until I saw it existed, until I saw it was possible with my two physical eyes? And the world works this way in a lot of ways. Social media, you post a picture, you get a lot of likes, and then you feel validated. Oh, thank God, I got 155 likes on this last post I put up on Instagram. Now I'm validated. Now I know it was a great post. Like, what? You don't need to know that. You don't need to get a certain amount of likes to be validated and to know that you're posting great content, or to know that you are fucking awesome, that you're amazing, that you love your life, that your life is great. That's what a lot of people do on Instagram, or at least for a while. I don't go on there ever, but people would post shit that was going on in their lives to say, look at what I'm doing, look how fucking cool I am. You don't need to post that to know that your life is amazing and that you're a cool person, you have a cool life. You can, and if you get likes, then you can feel good about it, but you don't need the likes to validate the fact that you live an amazing life. You just need to know that your life is awesome and you are amazing, and so awesome and amazing things happen to you all the time in your life. And back to, this will be my last point and I'll wrap it up, but back to what I was saying is about the world, is that the world will try to pull you outside of yourself. Everything in the world is just a reflection of you. You are consciousness, source, God, the universe, doesn't fucking matter. You can call it whatever you want. Call it a pistachio, I don't care. You are everything, and everything is you. Everything is just showing you a reflection of you, of your internal state, your internal awareness, where your mind is dwelling, where you are mentally choosing to be, what state you are mentally choosing to be in at any given time. That is what the world is showing you. And the way you respond to the world is how the world, the universe, God knows to give you more of that. So if we think back to our previous example about relationships, if you get ghosted by some girl or guy that you were talking to and you really thought it was going to go well, and you're like, this is going to be it, this is finally the time where I will succeed in a relationship, and then they ghost you and you're like, I knew it, I always get ghosted, it always happens. Okay, well, since you just said that, and you just said that with such confidence, and you know that to be true, and because you did that, now that will happen again. You're telling the universe, you're telling yourself, which is all that there is, you're telling yourself, I always get ghosted, and I suck fucking ass at relationships, and I will never be able to get in a good relationship because I get ghosted every time. So you're going to get ghosted again. And it'll keep fucking playing out until you finally realize that you're the one that is in control of that, of the perception of relationships in your life. You're the one that's in control of that now, always, at all times. Damn, it's getting dark. That's all right. All right, yeah, I'll finish up. So you're in control of your perception of everything in your life, and the reason why everything in your life occurs the way it does is because of your perception of it and the way you respond to it. So if you say you're broke and you get a bill and you're like, see, I knew I was fucking broke, I always have to spend money, then that's how it's going to be. If you get a bill and you're like, oh, I can pay this with ease because I always have enough money, I have more than enough, I'm rich as fuck, the divine takes care of all my needs, whatever you say to make you happy. You say that, you know you're good, then you're good, and you're indifferent to what is playing out outside of you. So the keys that you need to have, all right, 9.5 minutes later here, the keys that you need to have in your life are indifference to the outcome, because you know that the outcome doesn't determine who you are. You determine who you are, you know who you are, and by you saying who you are, then that's all that matters. That is all there is, and the world will show you that. So be indifferent to what you see outside of yourself, because you validate your own life, you validate your own experience, you validate what's happening for you. Okay, you don't need to see all these things outside of you and let your mind, like, you can be interested in stuff and research and look into stuff, but don't let your mind get consumed with all this information, which is so easy to do nowadays. Don't let your mind get consumed with it and try to come up with explanations for how it happens and how it works. Just keep that simplified, and your life will be a whole lot smoother. And if, as long as you are aware that you are enough, that you are powerful, you are source, you're the fucking man or the woman, whatever you want to say, you know that, you stay true to that, hold to that within, then your life will show you that. Okay? So keep that simple and know that you are enough. You are validated just for living and for existing. And by you doing that, by you knowing that, then your life will show you that. Okay? Be indifferent to the outcomes. Know who you are. Decide who the fuck you are, who you want to be. Say it with confidence and accept it, embody it as true. All right? I love you guys. Peace.